you have questions for Jake, please use the hand raise function. Wait to be called on. Start off with Frank Tucker from Keynes County. Frank, go ahead for Jake.
Hey Jake, you got a nice little run in that first game, going 8 for 8, solid performance. How big was that for you coming back from the injury?
That was huge for me. Like you said, coming off an injury, I think it was just a huge confidence booster for me. Just going into a game and I went through spring ball. I went through fall camp, right? So, and all the summer workouts and everything. So, I knew my ankle was going to be 100%, but it was just a little bit of a mental thing of actually getting back on the field. And in practice, we're not live, so now going out there on the field in a game situation to where we're live, that was obviously it was a little bit different, but it was a great feeling to be back.
Go to Adam Lichtenstein from the Sun Sentinel. Adam.
Hi, Jake. A few minutes ago, Mario mentioned that things need to be better practice habits, things need to improve more. Have you noticed any change or uptick in intensity or anything in practice the last few days?
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like we've definitely tried to pick up our intensity. Practices are long, and we play here in Miami where it's humid. It's hot and humid, and we're trying to take pride in that. And just really, I think that's something that could separate us, and we could use that as an edge when people come down here to play us. So I feel like just pushing through that, we've really been working on trying to push through that and finish out our practice strong. We have our end of the practice deal. We try to finish out like the fourth quarter and win that last part of practice overall. But I feel like, yeah, definitely there's been an up in intensity and just like attention to detail.
Go to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny.
Hey, Jake. Congrats on the performance on Saturday. Curious how things maybe are a little different under Frank Ponce in terms of what he expects from you guys in the film room, and then on game day, responsibilities. I don't know how often you guys have the headsets on, communicating with Tyler, et cetera. Just how is it different maybe from Coach Lashley in those regards?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last year I didn't have the headset on at all. So I mean, yeah, no, I don't think I put the headset on at all. And this year I haven't put it on at all either. We had our signalers with the headset on, but other than that, we were just staying by coach, and I was just trying to watch the plays, just like last year would be. Just trying to watch our signals, watch our plays, and hear what's being called, so that this way, when I'm on the sideline, I can watch and see what the defense is doing to it, how they're playing to it, and this way, if I get the opportunity and my number's called, then I can go out and execute and have an idea of how the day is going and what their tendencies are.
Go to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan.
Hey, Jake. Last year you had the quarterbacks coach and the offensive coordinator were were one and the same. What's it like having the two separate coaches, a separate quarterback, separate offensive coordinator? Do you gain any more insight? How has it been different, this season?
Yeah, no, last year, Coach Lashley was our offensive coordinator and quarterback coach. But we had Coach Brewer, who was in the room with us, and we had other people helping us out too. So, this year we have Coach Gaddis as our OC. He'll stop in and say a couple words to us here and there. But we're always communicating, and Coach Ponce is with us. We're with Coach Ponce all the time, every day. But we also have Coach Crutch and Coach Orgeron. So, it's not very different than last year. But I feel like it's a good thing for us to have all these people helping us, and Coach Ponce just focusing on us as opposed to him having to focus on the whole entire offense.
Also, I guess Gaddis told us that he was really proud of your pocket movement. That he said it was phenomenal, that you had some guys in your face and you made some tough throws. Can you talk about that a little bit, how you've progressed, what you've done?
Right. No, that's definitely something that I feel like I pride myself on greatly. Is being able to maneuver in the pocket and just being able to feel things in the pocket and being aware, making quick movements and getting the ball out. So that's really something that I've prided myself on since high school. We have put it on put in a lot of work with my quarterback coach back home, Danny Hernandez, and I feel like that's something that can separate me, that did separate me throughout high school, and something that allows me to get the ball off now. So coming off of injury, I feel like I kind of lost a little bit for a second on the pocket movement stuff, but I feel like I found it back, and I feel like I'm catching my stride again. But the O-line held up really good. So, I mean, I didn't really have to move that much. It was only one time where they brought somebody off the edge, and that was the only time I really had to move.
Got time for a couple more for Jake. We'll go to Matt Shodell from Canesport. Matt.
Yeah. Hey, Jake. So a couple of questions. One of them's a little weird, maybe, but you've always been very focused. Look, whether California high school football season canceled, playing through that ankle injury even after you got it that game. And I was curious because I got some photos sent from our photographer, and you had the mouth guard during the game sort of dangling outside your mouth. Was it not fitting right? Like, how do you ignore that? Was that just the latest distraction and thing that happened to you that you just had to say whatever and just keep playing? Like, what was that all about? And also talk about how you prepare for each game as well, even though you're behind Tyler.
Right. No, the mouth guard, my dad had sent me a picture of that too. And he's like, "You thought you got away with it?" But no, he sent me a picture of the mouth guard, and I explained to him that I had left my mouth guard in, and we had a walkthrough with our regular shorts on and just our jerseys, and I had my mouthpiece on with me, and I ended up putting it in my pocket, and threw my clothes on the loop. They washed our clothes for us. Got it back the next day, my shorts, and looked at it and felt my mouthpiece in there. My mouthpiece, I guess, when it got dried, it got really hot and it got molded funny. I just didn't really feel like going to grab another one, so I just left it out like that and just kept it pushing. So, what was the rest of the question?
Yeah, and then how you prepare. That's a great story, by the way. And then maybe not so great, depending. And then also how you prepare for each game, because you're a backup. So just how you go about preparing, knowing you're behind Tyler.
Right. No, I've definitely learned a lot from Tyler. And I feel like just you have to prepare for every game and every practice as if you are the starter. And you never know when your number is going to be called. And when your number is called, you just have to make the most of the opportunity. So I feel like no matter what team we play, really have to go into it preparing like I'm the starter. And it doesn't matter if it's week 1 or week 8, it doesn't matter. You've got to prepare the same way, and obviously build those good habits that'll carry you out throughout the year.
Last question for Jake comes from David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David.
Hey, Jake. Obviously, the cliche is always for the backup quarterback, you're one play away. So how much does these early season games, maybe getting a couple of series with a new offense, how important is that for you?
No, that's huge for me. I mean, you try to say that practice is very realistic to a game, and we make practice, I think, harder than a game, which is, I think, what everybody around the country tries to do. But we really do that here, and I can say that confidently that we make practice harder than the games. And just going out there, I feel like from my first game experience, I'm able to say that the things that I saw on the field slowed down for me. And I feel like practice got easier and easier throughout the week, as far as knowing what I'm looking at or knowing what I'm looking for game plan wise. So the coaches really did a good job of helping us be aware of those things. And no, I think these in-game reps are huge for me.
All right, Jake. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.